read the Gospels. Read Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. These are the accounts on the life of Jesus. And then you study Jesus's words. You study them, what he says and does in Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Go back and read the Quran and you compare the two. You tell me, for example, I'm just going to give you an example. I have Jesus in John 14, verse 6 saying, Jesus answered and said, I am the way, the truth, and life. Now notice what he says. I am the way and the truth, al-haq, and the life. He didn't say, I point you to the life. I am the life. You want life? I'm it. You have to come to me. No prophet speaks like that, either in the Old Testament or even in the Quran now. But when I compare what Jesus says, that's just one, with what the Quran says about Muhammad, man, if I'm a Muslim, I'll be honest with you, and I hear the things the Quran says about Muhammad, I'd be shaking in my boots. Because in the Quran, Allah, because Muslims believe Allah is speaking to Muhammad, often rebukes Muhammad, chastens Muhammad, and threatens to kill Muhammad. You want me to show you that?
You said Allah threatens to kill
Muhammad? Threatens to kill him. If he makes up revelation and gives in and compromises, Allah will kill him. Okay, show him chapter 69, 44, 47. Watch it. Look at the difference to how Muhammad speaks, who's supposedly the greatest of all men, and with Jesus. Watch here, 69, 44, 46.
Had the messenger made up something in our name, we would have certainly seized him by his right hand, then severed his aorta, and none of you could have shielded him from us.
Can you show me anywhere where the Father speaks this way to Jesus and threatens Jesus the way he just threatened Muhammad? Allah did, because he's not, we don't believe he's the Father.
Man.
I mean, no, I can't show you. You know, I told you I'm not very religious, you know.
Now watch this. Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life, right? So he has no doubt. He goes, I am the way. And even on top of that, he says, I'm preparing a place for you in heaven. In John 14, he says, I go to prepare a place for you. Show him that, John 14, verse 1 and 6, so you can see the difference, because we're going to show you the difference.
So this is what Jesus says, bro. He says, let not your hearts be troubled. Believe in God. Believe also in me. In my Father's house are many rooms. If it were not so, would I have told you that I go to prepare a place for you? And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and will take you to myself, that where I am, you may be also. And you know the way to where I am going. Thomas said to him, Lord, we do not know where you're going. How can we know the way? Jesus said to him, I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me.
So Jesus said, I'm preparing a place for you who trust in me, and you will be with me and the Father where we're at. No fear, no doubt. That's why he says, do not be afraid. Don't be troubled. But then here in chapter 46, verse 9, look what the Quran says about Muhammad.
Say, I am not the first messenger ever sent, nor do I know what will happen to me or you. I only follow what is revealed to me, and I am only sent with a clear warning.
So Muhammad says, I don't know what will happen to me or you. Jesus says, I know what will happen to you if you believe in me. I'm going to take you to heaven to be with me. So why would I give up Jesus and follow this? Why would I do that?
I mean, I guess because it says that in the Bible, you know, follow your religion.
No, the Bible says follow Jesus. I'm the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me.
So, okay, wait, I have a question. So, like, what's the definition to Christian, like Christianity? What's the, like, I don't know the definition to Christianity. What's the definition?
Well, Christian means Christ follower, follower of Christ, following what Christ has revealed, right?
Yeah.
Following Christ.
So, is like Jesus not like human?
Of course he's human, but that's the debate. Is he only human or is he more than human?
I mean, I'm confused. Like, I just don't believe, you know, I don't believe that a human can possibly be God, you know?
Can God become human without ceasing to be God?
God is unseen. Like, you can't see God.
But can God appear if he wants to?
I don't know.
Well, if you go to your own Islamic tradition, we are told in certain, well, see, I don't know if you follow the Quran or not, but anyway, if you follow the Sunnah, I don't know if you do, supposedly Muhammad saw Allah and Allah appeared as light to him. He appeared as light. So Allah can appear visibly. And supposedly Muhammad saw him as light, but that's in the tradition. That's not really in the Quran. So I don't know if you're a Quran only Muslim. Are you a Quran only Muslim?
I'm a Muslim, Sunnah, yeah.
Okay,
Sunni.
so in the Sunni tradition, your Sunni tradition, it says that Muhammad supposedly went on the Miraj, Al-Isra wa Miraj, when he went to Jerusalem and went through the 7 heavens, and he saw Allah in Bayt al-Ma'mur, and Allah appeared as light. So he saw his Lord as light. Then there are other traditions where he saw his Lord appear as a beardless youth. He appeared as a young boy without a beard. So these traditions say Allah can appear and has been seen. So the question for you is, can God appear visibly? Yes. So can God become man without ceasing to be God? Of course he can. That's what we believe he did in Jesus. We don't tell God what he can and cannot do. He tells us. So when a Muslim says, well, Allah cannot become man, I say, where does it say that? Well, he wouldn't become man. Well, where does it say he wouldn't? Telling me he didn't is not the same as telling me he couldn't or wouldn't.
Okay.
Right? There's a difference, right? To tell me Allah did not become man, you're God. Okay. Allah wouldn't become man. That's not the same. Not becoming man doesn't mean he wouldn't become a man, nor does it mean a man without ceasing to be God. So that real question for the Muslims is, what does your Quran say? Allah, whom you think is the same God I worship, where does the Quran say Allah could not become man without ceasing to be God? That if he becomes man, he's no longer God. Where does the Quran say that?